Hi, Alex Joyner here, pastor at Charlottesville First United Methodist Church, and this is the Midweek Update for Wednesday, February the 5th, 2025. I'm here in Orlando where we're having a conference for the Impact Organization, an interfaith organization that works on issues of justice in our local communities. We've been talking about things like affordable housing, mental health services, transit, and preparing for a big Nehemiah action that's coming up on April the 8th, where we will have the opportunity to talk with city councilors and with county supervisors about issues that we've been learning about through this whole year. So I'm here with clergy from around the Southeast as we gather together and encourage one another's work in that organization. I happen to be the co-chair in the Charlottesville Impact Organization for this year, and it's a great honor. Lots of things going on. We've got a big weekend coming up the end of this month as Abby Carroll, who is our first Marsden Faith and Arts speaker, will be with us for services on the 23rd, a workshop on working with the Psalms in the afternoon, 2 o'clock on that 23rd, and then a community author talk about St. Francis of Assisi on Monday evening. So look for details about that below, and I hope you'll plan on coming out for that as well. Confirmation is beginning. We're starting the journey with at least 8 youth and their mentors for the period from Ash Wednesday to Pentecost Sunday, which this year will be in June. Please be in prayer for all of the folks who are involved in that. It's a great connecting activity between members of different generations, and it's always rewarding for me and usually for the youth too. After this video, I hope you'll stick around because we've got a special video from one of our members, Bill Clarke, talking about his own hopes for justice and other ways that we can be involved in it. So thank you, Bill, for offering a reflection on this whole justice work, and stay tuned for that right after this. So God bless you. I'll see you on Sunday, and hopefully you'll bring back some of this warmth. Take care.
Greetings. For those of you who do not know me, I'm Bill Clarke, currently Vice Chair of the Church Council. I've been given the opportunity to speak to you today about justice and reconciliation. When I think of justice, I think of the prophet Micah, who tells us that the Lord requires us to do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly with our God. This is a to-do message. We're not told to simply love justice or honor justice, but to do justice. How might we as a community of faith do justice? Now, not all justice is the same. Almost all of us in Western civilization were educated with the notion of retributive justice. The entire penal system and judicial systems are based on it. Even the old-fashioned ideas of heaven and hell are based on it. If we sin this much, we get this much punishment. If we do this much good, we get this much heaven. There's nothing good, grand, or transformative, or even godly about this. But God's justice moves towards restoration, reintegration, reconciliation, and redemption. God's justice is inherently connected to healing the harmed, restoring what has been lost, and reconciling those who are estranged from God and community. I believe this is what Bishop Sue was saying to us in her message last year. She was calling on the church to be reconciling or inclusive. One might say that we are inclusive. After all, we have banners that read, "All are welcome here," and love the city whole, or love the whole city. They even have rainbows painted on them. Doesn't that sort of affirm that we are inclusive? Well, look around our sanctuary on Sunday morning and then ask yourself, how can we be more inclusive and diverse? When one Googles churches in Charlottesville and Albemarle that are welcoming to LGBTQ individuals, we are not listed. Wesley Memorial is the only United Methodist Church in this area to be so listed, and they're listed because several years ago they voted to join the Reconciling Ministries Network. You might ask, well, what is that? Well, the Reconciling Ministries Network grew out of the disunity within the United Methodist Church with regard to LGBTQ acceptance and equality. This organization is committed to the justice imperative of the gospel and to seeking the inclusion of people of all sexual orientations and gender identities in both the policies and practices of the United Methodist Church. Reconciling Ministries Network draws from the Wesleyan understanding of God's grace that embraces all of creation and seeks its restoration and perfection in love. Local church membership in the network requires a precise and incisive and inclusive welcoming statement and a yea vote of 75% of the members who are attending a church meeting. Public recognition of membership is worldwide. Individuals and small groups may join the network separately from their local church. Several members of our church are currently members of this network, as is one of our Sunday school classes. Our inclusion ministry team, chaired by Cindy Remington, is gathering a group of individuals interested in reconciling justice to spearhead proposed Reconciling Ministry Network membership for our church. You'll be hearing more about this important ministry in the near future and how you might be involved. There are individuals within our congregation who have knowledge of the why and how of Reconciling Ministries Network and who have volunteered to talk with you individually about the program. They are Cindy Remington, Andy Steele, Mary Hager, Laura Upton, Kay Cantor, Larry Lambert, Irma Mahone, and Pastors Alex and John, and of course myself. At a convocation of Reconciling Ministries Network in the Virginia Conference last year, one individual stood up and asked Bishop Sue whether or not she thought their church should join the network. Bishop Sue's immediate response was, "Why wouldn't you? Justice and reconciliation, they need to be a part of our community of faith." Thanks for listening. See you on Sunday. I hope this stops somehow.